Thousands turned out across Washington with the plan of meeting up for a mass rally a few blocks from the White House. Authorities say the protests were overwhelmingly peaceful, but a limousine was set alight outside the building of the Washington Post. Sporadic property damage was reported, the result of the actions of a tiny minority of protesters. The police responded with pepper spray and tear gas. They also prevented one group of protesters from continuing their march to the central rally, which led to more protesters arriving to support them. As the inauguration ceremony commences, there's a standoff here about 12 blocks away from Capitol Hill. There's a bunch of protesters who've been penned in, kettled by the police. They've been separated from two other groups of protesters now on either side. There's riot police, there's city police, there's the National Guard. Over here on the left, we see another group of protesters who are chanting, "Let them go." And then over there, across the street, we can see yet another group of protesters who are also chanting for the protesters to be let go. Those recording events were also targeted by the police. What happened?
I was just filming and the police pepper sprayed everyone indiscriminately.
The speeches at the rallies focused on what to do now that President Trump has been inaugurated. And this is where both opponents and supporters of Trump were in agreement. One objective, to transform the Democratic Party.
There's a problem when the party starts being perceived by a lot of working folks as an elitist party and not on their side. You can talk the talk, but they're not walking the walk. So the way back for the Democratic Party is to start banning corporate money, start raising money from the grassroots.
Protests were held across the country. Some 3,000 turned out in San Francisco, not, they said, against Donald Trump, but in favor of love. There were similar scenes in several other states. Activists say they're organizing what they call 100 days of resistance. The next major event is on Saturday. In several cities, including in Washington, hundreds of thousands are expected to march. Organizers hope the crowds will surpass those who turned out for the inauguration. This was the cue simply to buy signs for Saturday's protest in the Capitol.
It's insane. I thought a few people would stop in the store, but instead every single day now for about 4 days we've had this line down the block.
There is fear among those who are protesting, but also hope and determination. After all, they say, President Trump lost the popular vote by 3 million votes, some 10 million votes if third parties and independents are included. These activists feel the American people are on their side. Shia Bertansi, Al Jazeera, Washington.